So this is absolutely huge, and it actually has implications for the cryptocurrency world. Bear with me, I'm going to link it all together in a minute. But Apple has brought ChatGPT to Siri as it debuts Apple's intelligence at WWDC 2024. Now, AI obviously is going to be absolutely massive in every single sphere, in every single tentacle of civilization and existence. AI is going to infiltrate it. People don't understand how long AI has actually been with us. AI has been with us for a long time. At least the rudimentary beginnings of AI have been sort of with us for a very long time without people knowing. Self-driving cars, for instance, have been with us for nearly a decade now, like in actual practice and actual use on the roads, with a lot of people not realizing. And self-driving cars have been around, but a lot of them have just been sort of limited in what they're allowed to do because human beings, we don't like to cede control to something outside our own control, or like we perceive to be outside our own control. Now, self-flying planes have been a thing for a very long time, but obviously because of the emotion and the fear factor, there's no way that they were going to say that to people, that your plane has been flown 99% of the time by a computer algorithm, while the pilot basically just was there for takeoff and landing and for emergency purposes only. So things like that have been with us. I don't know if you remember a long time ago, we had that little clip thing. I've forgotten what the name was. Microsoft used to have this little assistant thing in the corner that would pop up and say, hey, it looks like you're trying to write a letter. Can I help you? What's that thing called again? I can't remember. If you're over 30 years old or you were around in the 80s and 90s, you probably remember very clearly. 80s? I meant the 90s. Anyway, so those were maybe not exactly AI, but they were algorithm and fuzzy logic, which sort of marked the beginning of what we have now, artificial intelligence, which has reached some kind of critical mass and is now spiriting towards the singularity. I did a whole video about the singularity on a different channel. I don't know if I should upload it onto this channel if people would be interested. I think I got a few views, but it's not crypto related per se, not specifically anyway, so I don't think you guys will be interested. Maybe I'll link it. I can't even remember which channel I uploaded to. It was quite a while ago. And a lot of the things I said in that video, I made, I think 5 years ago I made it, sort of just coming true. And unfortunately, the video doesn't end well in terms of the outlook for AI unless we do something about it. I fear that we might have passed the point where we can actually do anything about it now. I think the cat's out of the bag, the toothpaste is out of the tube, and there's very little that we can do now but just basically hope for the best. So basically, Apple's CEO has decided effectively that Apple is not going to try to compete with the likes of Google and Amazon and IBM and all those people with their AI solutions. Rather, they're just going to adopt what they perceive to be the best, I can imagine. So OpenAI's ChatGPT is the leader right now when it comes to AI. So I'm not surprised that Apple's picked them. Now, Siri, again, while being some kind of AI, was quite rudimentary and primitive compared to some of the stuff that, say, Deep Blue or the assistant. Even Alexa was way more advanced than Siri. Again, it had to be processed on their servers. It wasn't anything local to your phone. But this integration of ChatGPT just going to take Siri to crazy places. Now, that's where the problem starts. Elon Musk is not happy about it. And for once, I actually agree with Elon, because this is a terrible thing. I know there's some sort of conflict of interest. There's at least, two conflicts of interest. First of all, Elon Musk himself is working on an AI solution related to Twitter or X or whatever, because he's been teasing that the whole time. And you know how he is. He teases a product or project that he's working on for a while, and then boom, we have it, right? So I'm assuming that he's looking to install some kind of AI onto X. It's probably on there already running the algorithm, because since he took over, the algorithm has completely changed. A lot of these algorithms are AI related. Of course, the biggest AI that we actually have right now that a lot of people don't even think of as AI is the Google search engine. So most of these search engines that we have now, most of the algorithm-based platforms that we have, like Instagram, Twitter, or X, or whatever, they're all artificial intelligence, data gathering, big data, right? Now, the data is such that we have enough of it to create almost a human-like or a superhuman-like almost creature thing that is AI. Anyway, so that's the first conflict of interest. The second conflict of interest is apparently Elon Musk had something to do with the beginnings of OpenAI, and he isn't happy that Apple is integrating OpenAI into their product because it was supposed to be open source, blah, blah, blah. Apple is very closed source. So there's some sort of ideological differences I imagine that Elon Musk has with Apple's people. All right. So again, none of our business. So how does this relate to crypto? Now, if you think about Apple being one of the largest phone producers in the world, they put phones in people's hands and they've been known to set technology trends over the years, right? So with the iPhone, with the iPad, they don't have to be the ones that invent the technology. They just have to be the ones that implement it. And then it goes absolutely mainstream, absolutely mass adopted. So now that AI has been integrated into Siri, so we have a product that works, that's been in the market. Instead of Apple developing their own, they've adopted it. Not only is ChatGPT now going to be included in iOS integrated, it's going to be integrated and available for free for owners of certain devices. I can imagine Apple will probably try to get you to buy the latest device to have this installed on your platform. For instance, I use an iPhone 11 and I have some things missing on there because it's not the latest iPhone. Maybe they decide that the chip that's running on the device isn't strong enough to run AI. Mind you, I can use ChatGPT just fine via browser on my phone. So maybe this is good for me. I don't want it integrated in my system anyway for some of the reasons that Elon Musk raises. If you want to find out why Elon Musk is really pissed about this, go to read some of his tweets about this. A lot to do with privacy, and he wants to lock up iPhones in Faraday cages to prevent, breach of privacy, etc. And I share some of those objections myself. So how does this relate to crypto? Now think about one thing that Apple has that is very massive, and one of the reasons why a lot of people actually have iPhones, and something that they not maybe pioneered but brought to the masses, and that's Apple Pay. Apple Pay is one of my favorite parts of the whole Apple ecosystem, and that allows me to just basically touch and go without giving my credit card information to every Tom, Dick, and Harry on the internet or on the high streets. Okay, so at least they secure my private information and they just exchange the payment data with the interface, and also they provide a layer of security that are maybe otherwise missing if each payment receptor has to process the financial information by themselves. The more databases we have scattered around the place, the more opportunities for hackers to get your information. So I love Apple Pay for that. And of course, we have Android Pay and other alternatives, but Apple Pay was the first one that I started using, and I just kept using that. Now that we know that Apple has gone into AI, just like every technology company has gone into AI now, the other inevitable technology that Apple has to implement on their phones is blockchain. And with blockchain comes crypto and crypto payments. Now you think about Apple Pay, Apple must be eyeing a payment system to integrate into Apple Pay so that your Apple Wallet can become a blockchain wallet. So your Apple Wallet can spend on the Lightning Network. Your Apple Wallet could spend maybe on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other cryptocurrencies. Now, if Apple is going to behave like Amazon, or they're going to behave like Google, maybe they might be looking at something like Solana. But I know that Apple loves to look at the fundamentals, especially technology fundamentals. Apple doesn't like outages. Apple doesn't like lack of security. And I think that these two things are slightly missing in Solana. So two choices. Either Apple goes in on the Lightning Network thing, which, I don't know, just seems a little bit too decentralized. There's no one to really talk to about this, to implement this on their platform. Ethereum, well, I'm sure Apple doesn't mind the big fees. They've got lots of money, and, they charge people 30% to have stuff on their platform. But again, I don't see them liking Ethereum so much because of the clunkiness, how slow it is, and it is very expensive. Enter our favorite token, XRP. Now, XRP has Ripple Labs, which, Tim Cook and his people can go speak to. So they would like that. There's a centralized body that they can go talk to. The payments is ubiquitous. It's got a beautiful, high performance, very low cost, decentralized blockchain, the XRP ledger. is more than capable to do exactly what they want, very easy to implement. So I can absolutely see in a wonderful world somewhere where Apple implements the XRP ledger and integrates it with Apple Pay and suddenly opens a global payment system that runs on the XRP ledger, low fees, instant payments, and everything is hunky-dory. The day might come, it might come soon. Maybe XRP just wasn't ready for this particular event. Perhaps the next event, which will probably happen bang in the middle of the bull run, legal clarity, everything ready to go. And that might be one of the unknown, unseen, and unexpected catalysts that may catapult XRP to heights never seen before. Of course, there are other alternatives. There is Nimic, which is a payment system that runs in the browser. So that might be something that Apple might like to implement. I think actually that's a good candidate as well. It's decentralized. It runs on your phone. The actual blockchain itself runs on the phone. So Apple might be happy maybe to integrate that into their phones because it runs on the basic level. They have atomic swaps and stuff. Of course, there are other forks of XRP like Stellar that they might be interested in. And they've got HBAR. And of course, you have the other solutions that we have right now. So never say never, not financial advice, but this could be an epic thing that would happen. Do your own research. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.